He has the luxury to do whatever that he's doing. He's fighting undisputed at 154. Like, that makes you the best? Because I guarantee you nobody at 154 is looking to go fight David Benavidez. Nobody at 154 is looking to fight Demetrius Andrade. I get the stake. Oh, I'm fighting Canelo. Yeah. And Canelo's like, yeah, I'm going to get the smaller guy. But why hasn't he made that happen with me during 154, 160? Now it's from 68. And also David, when he was champion, he lost it on the scale. Canelo seek the opportunity, and that's what makes him undisputed. He didn't beat the man that we about to go toe to toe with.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade says that Canelo Alvarez, despite being undisputed at 168, he can't say that he's the best in the division. Ooh. He says the best in the division is David Benavidez. Canelo's had many opportunities to fight himself, Andrade, or Benavidez. He can't give him a bunch of credit for fighting 154-pound Charlo. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. We unpack, coming to you live. Now, that interview is Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade upcoming fight with David Benavidez. Definitely looking forward to that fight. And he did an interview with Fight Hub TV, and he spoke his mind. I'm just going to recap what he said. You guys heard what he said. You guys can also listen to the full interview to find out in detail more of what he said. So I want to touch on a few points and give my perspective based on what Demetrius Andrade said. For starters, I agree. The cat's out the bag. I agree. You know why I agree? Because I said it first. I've been telling you everything that Demetrius Andrade said. He said Canelo could have fought me at 154. He could have fought me at 160. He could have fought me at 168. For those that are regulars on my channel, you will know that I said this verbatim, that Canelo Alvarez 154 to 168 opted not to fight against Jermell Charlo when he was in those divisions like 54 and 60. He did just fight Jermell Charlo, but again, this is a guy coming off of a hand injury, coming off a long layoff, and a guy who's never fought at 160, let alone 168. So everything that Demetrius Andrade said checks out. Canelo indeed could have fought him at 54, 60, and now 168, but he chose to fight a smaller fighter. And I've already mentioned this. This is no new news for people who are frequent in my channel. Again, the regulars. But I get new visitors every day to my channel. And in case you don't, the videos, if you don't frequent my channel, the videos are still here. I don't delete anything. So I've said all these things. Canelo Alvarez, the walls are closing in. People see the game he's playing, how he's playing. Yes, he's a good fighter. Yes, he's an accomplished fighter. Yes, he makes money. But that's not what's being judged here. We're talking about Canelo Alvarez and the choices that he makes in boxing. And the walls are closing in. People are seeing it. People are speaking out about it. So I feel Demetrius Andrade here. He's saying, why should I value and say that Canelo is the best guy in the division because you defended your undisputed titles against a 154-pounder? This is also what I've said. You are a 168-pound champion fighting an 154-pound champion. Now, Canelo and Showtime and Jermell Charlo, they all try to market this fight as undisputed versus undisputed. Even though if you read the fine print, they said in making this move, Jermell Charlo, basically after the fight gets announced, will be stripped of the WBO title, which happened. So he will, AKA, by the time the final bell rings, because the fight went the distance, he will no longer be undisputed because he'll be missing that WBO belt. So this was really fool's gold from the beginning. Yes, Jermell Charlo has a name. Yes, Jermell has a profile. Yes, Canelo's a name, and that's what they sold you on. But anybody could have seen, Stevie Wonder probably could have seen that this is not the rightful move for Jermell Charlo that he probably should have made. Unless your goal is just cash out and get a big check. But as far as the fight itself, did not deliver, wasn't exciting, wasn't scintillating, and Jermell's profile took a hit because one, he took a second pro loss, and then two, it's not in boxing. A lot of people don't necessarily just care if you lose. It's really how you lose. Because like Caleb Plant, he lost to Canelo Alvarez and he lost to David Benavidez. But let's say his most recent loss to David Benavidez, the way he really fought to the end and acquitted himself, and despite getting hurt in the second half, back half of the fight, Plant put up a very great, valiant effort in the first half of the fight, and he was winning the first half of the fight. And even when he wasn't winning in the second half of the fight, where Benavidez started to land more, Caleb Plant started to fatigue, and Benavidez took it up a notch and started hurting Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant was willing to go out on his shield, and he was fighting, and he was swinging back even though he was hurt. So he showed a massive heart. No one could deny that. So I think ultimately the part that hurts Jermell Charlo the most here is his moniker is ringside with the Lions and Lion only. And a lot of people don't feel that he fought Canelo in the samurai type of way where he was willing to potentially go out on his shield. He got a gauge that maybe this wasn't his rightful division when he started feeling Canelo's power, and Canelo's better than he thought. So, you know, he kind of laid an egg. It just wasn't a great performance. It was a flat performance, and it left more to be desired. And then on top of that, you didn't have a great buildup because him and Canelo were being unexpectedly cordial to one another. So I agree with Demetrius Andrade. You can't say you're the biggest and baddest in the playground and you're an 8th grader, but then you're picking on 6th graders. To be the king of the hill and the cream of the crop, and to say you're the biggest and baddest in the playground, you as an 8th grader, you got to fight other 8th graders if that's your shtick. You can't pick on 5th graders, 6th graders, 7th graders, people who are way smaller than you, and then expect to be revered as the baddest kid in school. Now, that's just what it is with Canelo. Another point that Andrade said that I agree with, because I've also previously stated this, is that if you look at it, Canelo Alvarez, on top of he could have fought Andrade or Jermell Charlo before Charlo had mental health issues and a long inactivity. You know, previous divisions, he could have fought Andrade. The other thing that he mentioned, Andrade, was that Canelo Alvarez he likes to play this game where he could have fought Benavidez when Benavidez was a champion, and he didn't. And then he snuck in when Benavidez lost his title during the Rona, when the first year of the Rona, and he lost his title on the scale. So Canelo crept in and did what he wanted and fought Caleb Smith for a vacant belt. So that's just not a good look. It's not a good look that you haven't fought Benavidez. And like, just hear me out. How is it Canelo Alvarez has multiple fights at 168? He's also undisputed. The former 2X WBC champion of that division never lost in the ring, lost outside of the ring, lost his title non-traditionally, and now he wants it back. He got his stuff together. He's making his weight. Got the, people on his team, nutritionists or whatever. So he's making his way. He's back on top. Great performances versus Darrell. Great performances with Caleb Plant, etc. And Canelo Alvarez has multiple fights in. Andrade, why is he fighting Benavidez? And I'm not complaining. It's a great fight, and I'm definitely tapped into it. But my question is, why is he fighting against David Benavidez? And he literally just moved up to this division in January of this year on the Gervonta Davis, Hector Luis Garcia card. But Canelo has several fights And the fans have been screaming, fight Benavidez, fight Benavidez, fight Benavidez. And Canelo Alvarez hasn't done it. But then you have a newbie to the division, and he's willing to clearly fight Benavidez because it's a scheduled fight that we're all looking forward to. So I agree with Andrade. I said it before, I'll say it again. Benavidez Andrade, to me, will establish who's the cream of the crop in the division, despite Canelo Alvarez having all the belts. Because unlike many of you who are impressionable and you listen to deadline writers and, you know, narratives that people are pitching, I'm not enamored with the belts. I don't care about the belts. I think the winner of Benavidez Andrade is number 1, and number 2 is David Morrell Jr., based on being hard to beat and competition wise. And then I think number 3 is Canelo. So that's crazy that we live in such a times with the alphabet belts where Canelo Alvarez can seemingly hold all the cards, but there's people in your division that others view as better than you or more serious to the division than you. And again, it's hard to disprove anything I've said in this video when Canelo Alvarez clearly is not fighting against super middleweights that the world want to see him fight against, like Andrade, like Benavidez, like David Morrell. Instead, he wants them to knock each other off, like the Black Murderers Row almost, even though David Benavidez isn't black. But he basically wants them to off each other and then come and fight, maybe come and fight the winner of it, you know, after they've taken some damage, wear and tear and bruises. Meanwhile, he could fight guys like John Ryder in Mexico. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And the point that I've made before, again, is Canelo Alvarez, he didn't want to fight. You never heard when Benavidez was a champion, right? Canelo was at 160 pounds. You never heard about him wanting to move up to 68 when Benavidez was holding the belt and beating Anthony Durrell. All that stuff came after Benavidez got stripped for missing during the Rona, missing his weight on the scale and lost his title. Now, all of a sudden, when the title became vacant with the WBC and Canelo knows he can punk the WBC, that's when Canelo showed interest in moving up to 168 to fight for that particular belt. I mean, it's very predictable. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. We unpack. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.